Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are bringing you something really fun. I'm excited to try this out. I'm bringing you sort of like a Pinterest hack, Facebook hack, does it actually work kind of video. And recently on Facebook I saw one of those little like short 30-second clips of do it yourself or like make it yourself watercolors, and I was really intrigued by it, and so I'm going to go ahead and try to make them. I'm going to let you guys know if it works, if it's worth it, and all that fun stuff. So what you need to start off with is baking soda, cornstarch, corn syrup, vinegar, and food coloring. And then you're also going to need some measuring cups, some mixing tools, and either an ice tray, or I actually found this plastic like deviled egg serving tray at the dollar store because I couldn't find an ice tray. But either one would work, or just really anything that has kind of small little separated compartments and can be used to separate your different colors that you're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys in closer so you can see what I'm doing when I make them, and let's get started. Alright guys, so here we go. I'm going to set this guy aside for now, and I'm going to get my big mixing container. And the first thing that we're going to mix together is the baking soda and the vinegar. This recipe calls for 1 cup of baking soda. So here's about 1 cup of baking soda. Get that all in there. And then it calls for 3/4 cup of vinegar. Whoa, that really like fizzled up a lot. I guess that's what you make volcanoes out of, isn't it? So that makes a lot more sense. That's crazy. That really scared me for a second. I thought I was going to make the biggest mess ever. Okay, so there's my 3/4 cup of vinegar, and that is strong. This seems pretty good. It's not really like lumpy anymore. So I think that's probably good. Next thing it calls for is corn syrup. Alright, so I've got my corn syrup, and then it's calling for another cup. Well, not another cup. It's going to be a cup of corn starch. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that in. Ooh, this makes it very thick. Oh gosh. Okay, no, this is not going to work, folks. This is definitely, like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's just like thick clumps. This is bad, guys. This is very bad. I guess once I get it worked in, okay, I think I'm just going to try to work it in for a while. This is hard. This is a very, very strange texture. Okay, but it is kind of starting to come together a little bit more, so I guess that's good. I'm really concerned, like, did I do this correct? That's what I'm wondering at this moment. Maybe I should watch the video again. By the way, okay, let's just say this is from Skillshare on Facebook. That's where they're the ones who shared it. So if you want to find it yourself, you could do that. So I'm going to watch it again because I feel like I did something wrong. 1 cup baking soda, 3/4 cup vinegar, whisking together, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, 1 cup cornstarch, did all that. See, there's like so much water here. Ice tray. Look, that is so watery compared to mine. Did I pack in my cornstarch a little too much? Because then they're mixing their colors, and I'm afraid once I pour this in that it's not even gonna, like, it's gonna harden before I can really mix in color. We're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna follow the instructions that it gives. I'm not gonna go, I was thinking about adding more vinegar to give it some more liquid, but I'm just gonna go with it because this is, I feel like I did it right. And this is kind of part of the process. It's like seeing, is this little hack actually valuable? So I'm not gonna do what I'm tempted to do. So let's go ahead and just try to pour it. Okay, I found these little toothpick things, or not toothpick, chopsticks. So I'll use one of these to stir in our color. Oh, help us. Okay, let's just go for it. And you're gonna fill it about 3/4. Okay, see now this like is coming out very watery. But when I stir it, it's like such a weird consistency. How strange. It feels like so weird because it feels hard, but then it's like gooey. That's so weird. This is fun. Okay, you should just make this and play with it. So I think I'm gonna start with red, and I'm gonna work my way around the rainbow. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna just put like a few drops in first and kind of see what kind of, see, this is so strange. It's such a hard texture. I'm gonna just put the colors in and just kind of see what it comes up with. This is so weird. I feel like you have to do this faster than I'm doing it if you want good results. This is gonna need more. So right now I'm at 7 drops, 8, 9, 10. I'm doing 10. The food coloring does kind of thin it out, and it makes it easier to mix. So that's good. Alright guys, so we've got all our colors made. Ooh, let's not have a bubble there. And if you can see them, I'm not going to tilt it. That would be bad. But you can see all our colors are made, and some of them are kind of getting this white color. Like, they're all probably not going to come out when I paint them. They're not going to look this way. I can already tell. And even like in the one that they show, it doesn't look that way. So the next step in the instruction they give you is to let it cool, or like let it dry overnight. I'm actually going to stick mine in the freezer to kind of like, I don't know, dry them out or like harden them up a little bit quicker. So I guess I am straying slightly, but that's okay. I think it'll work. Alright guys, so I actually ended up having to let it go overnight to get them to dry, and actually it's been almost 24 hours and they're still not completely dry. There's kind of a top layer, I don't know if you can really tell, but the very top layer of this is still kind of liquidy. And you can see, I'll try to get it in close, there's kind of a layer around each of these, like at the top where it's darker. And so I'm kind of sensing that maybe the dry ingredients settled to the bottom, and then the food coloring just kind of stayed at the top and didn't all the way like fully dry. I don't know if it will get to a point ever that it will be completely dry, but I'm running out of time here and I want to test these out. So I'm going to go ahead and do some little swatches here of each of these colors for you on this piece of paper, just to see kind of what the colors turned out looking like. So let's see. I am going to wet my brush, although I really don't think I need to because it's liquidy. And I guess I will just start with the red. Alright guys, so here are the swatches. They turned out pretty good. They look pretty nice. They weren't as milky as I thought they would be, but I think that's because of the layer on top of it. I'm going to see, maybe particularly on the darker colors, if you look at the side here, you can see there's a layer of darkness on the top where they kind of separated. And so that's kind of the colors that I'm getting right now. And I expect that if I got through those layers, I would have a more white tinged version of all of these colors. But they turned out pretty good. They look pretty nice. So yeah, I'm gonna set the camera back up and talk to you a little bit about my experience. Alright guys, so basically, this was kind of a fun little activity, but I guess if I were gonna have to vote on whether or not this is a really worth it activity to do or worth it recipe, I'm gonna say don't waste your time. Basically, I mean, it worked. The colors worked well. I think they look good. They look like watercolors. But A, they kind of separated, and B, it took a long time. I mean, I had to wait overnight to let them dry. They still aren't even completely dry. And it just took a lot of effort to make these, and I did get to make kind of my own custom colors, but you can do that with regular watercolors. And these ones are watercolors that I really love. They come in like a million colors, which you can also mix to create your own custom color. And I think they sell these for like $5 at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and you can use a 40% off coupon. So it just seems like for the amount that you are paying for these, it's worth it to just buy them and have the convenience of those. So unless there's some sort of like ingredient in the store-bought versions that you really don't like to use, or there's something about that you have an issue with, I wouldn't waste my time doing this, particularly if you're like an artist and that's something that you want to do with your time. This would be a fun activity, like if you have kids or something, to get them involved and to make them yourself. I think it would be fun to do together. So in that respect, I think that could be a really good thing. But overall, I would say it takes a little bit more time than it's really worth. So I would say don't bother. It's kind of, I don't know, well, and even like if you have an ice cube tray or this, like where are you going to store this? This is kind of like, it doesn't have a cover. Where are you going to keep this and like in a safe area, particularly if it's not going to set and dry this like all the way. So I don't know. Overall, I'm going to say don't waste your time unless it's like you're going for the experience of making your own. I think you can find better quality and more variety in the drugstore, not drugstore, in the craft store that you go to or whatever. So yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but at least you don't have to waste your time doing it. I wasted my time for you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything from this video, give this a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys!